Hey everyone, welcome back. I wasn't gonna do this today, but then my controller pad parts came in, and I fixed it, and I did a little test, and it felt good, except like the directional pad does get kind of worn in a little bit. So I was like, yeah, screw it. Let's just get the weekly done, and then I can kind of relax with some other stuff later this week, depending on what my plans end up being. So here we are, and we're just going to dive into this and kind of break this thing in a little bit and see how it feels. And that way, you know, if it feels good, I already ordered new sets so I could do my other controllers, so I have a backup, and then we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, so I'm gonna dive into this and see how it goes. So 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Look at those early bombs. How convenient. Alright, we might as well just do this real quick. Look, all crystals. We have a red crystal at desert. Okay. So I ended up, just because I was like, well, if I open it up one more time, I'm just going to do it. I ended up replacing both the pads under the D-pad and the 4 buttons. So it's going to feel a little stiff for a while until I kind of wear it in, but it's not going to stick. So that's kind of significant. Alright, good deal. So I could do, like, little funny things every now and then, so we'll see how this goes. But, yeah, I definitely have to work the directionals down a little bit, so it's gonna feel really tight for a bit. Okay. Alright, anyway, this is an open seed. We need to beat the 7 crystal dungeons. I know how many there are. I swear I've played this game before. Now we have 100. No, we don't. 61. I don't know why I read that wrong. Anything good here? Not really. I'll grab 10 and move on with my life. But anyway, we need to beat the 7 crystal dungeons. We have no idea. We know there's 3 in the light world. So there's 4 in the dark world. We don't know which ones yet. We gotta find all the stuff. I'll take that. Why not? Alright. So, largely disappointing so far. But here's where we're going to hit the jackpot with a couple big item locations. I'm going to keep on telling myself that. Alright. That wasn't great. Alright, that's an improvement. I will take a hammer. Okay, it looks like we're gonna go right to Magic Bat while we're in town. Nice. So all we need is a glove. We already got Darkworld access. That's a quick way of opening up the seed. See if it actually pops up soon or not. Okay. I'm not upset about bombs. That might be my primary weapon going into Mini Moldworm Cave, honestly. Okay. So let's do this now while we're thinking of it. Not amazing. Okay. I mean, that money would have been nice, but we can't get it. We're certainly not going to do that. Alright. Alright. See what's under the water. We'll come back in and get the chest, and then we'll go to Mini Moldworm. And we're gonna grab the money because it's early. That was unfortunate. We didn't need him. We have the hammer, but it really kind of sucks for combat with the Mini Moldworm, so we're gonna just try to bomb him. Whoops. Doing great. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Oh my god. That was bad. I need at least one bomb refill here. We didn't get it, but we did get flippers. Alright. So we're gonna just jump in the water then immediately. Leave me alone. If I had bombs, we could go and get the Ice Rod Cave, but I don't, so I'll either have to buy more, or we're gonna hope to get some. Island was trash. That's trash. Come on, jump in the water. Thank you. So, getting all the way back to Ice Rod Cave is a bad run back, but it's not as bad with flippers. So I guess that's something. I could also just opt to do the capacity ferry for $100 bucks, but that's a lot of money to spend right now. We're still short Zora money. There's our bombs. Alright, let's just peek and then we can just go back real quick for it. Because we want to know if there's something up at the ledge. Yeah, we're gonna grab that. That's gonna change our routing a little bit. Because now I'll save and quit. We'll just activate the flute. And then we can get back to the Ice Rod Cave at some point. There's a bow. Alright, well, we need either a book or 2 gloves and a mirror. So that's important. That's not. Alright, let's go right or wrong. Alright. Was not important. Let's go check Saha. And then, while we do have the mountain, we have like one thing in logic on the mountain. I might just go into escape instead, honestly. That was a dodge. Just unnecessary. Of course. A Swamp Palace green. It's amazing. Okay. A mirror is actually pretty good. That actually gets us more access up on Death Mountain. So now, actually, Death Mountain might be a little bit more attractive. Maybe we go there instead. Let me mark that. I'll still wait on rescuing the old man. We can get the Spiral and Paradox and stuff like that, so... Though we need bombs. It's kind of funny. God. What is it with some shit items that we've been seeing early on in this seed? Both of them are crap here. So, Pod and Turtle Rock. Thieves Town's the other red crystal. I hate the pendant layout for this one. Hey, look, bombs. Okay. So it's a beatable dungeon. We just don't know if we're gonna get the second item yet. We're gonna hope it's here. No. Alright, let's check the boss. See if we get lucky. There we go. A little bit of patience paid off. Cool. We got all the items. Alright, we're done with Hera. I'm all about that. Alright, let's go and take a quick peek at Floating Island and get some of these other checks done on the mountain. Okay. We don't care about that. look at everything playing nice. I'm sure this last one won't know that I said that, though. Yeah. Alright, let's just go. Oh, there it is. Our first sword. About frickin' time. So I'd love to see a book. Just because that gets me to that bow a little bit quicker. Oh, okay. Zora money is also fine. I guess we go back there. We have a boomerang. Let's do that. I'm forgetting I had a sword. Lamp's nice. There's the glove. Okay. I think we can just go right to Village of Outcasts. Or let's check Hype Cave first. Yeah, let's do that first. If we happen to hit the other glove right away, then that gives us access to that other bow. The bow in desert, at least most of desert. We don't know about boots requirement, but I don't know. Let's at least just check a couple things, and then we'll make our way around. Out of bombs again. Master Sword. Samaria. Better Ring. Okay. Let's do this first. Alright. I'm gonna buy some bombs, because that's been a hot commodity for whatever reason. And then let's go to the Village of Outcasts and do Thieves Town, like, right away. And then we can always take what we get out of there and go up and clear out other crap. Because with the mirror, we could do the back of escape easy from up here, I guess. Okay, of course we get a bomb right away. But it's the only dungeon that we can actually fully clear right now, so let's just do it. Sure. I like swords. Nice map and compass. So the most we're going to get is one item out of the front. It's a good thing we have everything we need to fully complete this place. Okay. Okay. Unfortunately, not too much value there. Alright, let's see if we get the small key here or if we can just skip the big chest anyway. Alright, we gotta go to the big chest. No biggie. So besides the blue mail, we really haven't gotten anything noteworthy in here. Let's see if blind drops something good. Missed the poke. Alright, not a great third cycle either, but that's alright. He's dead. That's the important part. Alright, so this whole dungeon was kind of crap. Lovely. Alright, so I think we do Skullwoods. We peek at the bumper ledge. We could do graveyard ledge and then the back of escape. And then we can see what that gets us. Nice, that actually went to the left. Okay. He still touched me. Okay, that's a decent item to find. Come on. Okay, we can get the check in the back real quick. And then we're out of here, unless we actually find the fire rod and the big key, then we can do one more thing. Nice. Alright, second item is locked by fire rod. GTK. Alright, we don't care about that. So now we're gonna do... So I gotta do this the long way, don't I? That's fine. We don't have boots. We don't have mitts. But if this is nothing, we could just drop down. Oh, there's our book. Brilliant. Okay, good. We'll still do back of escape while we're here, but we're gonna head to desert after this. Back off. Okay, so front of escape plus Dark Cross is item tight, which might make me want to get into the front at some point soon, but definitely putting a higher priority on getting that bow and going to Eastern, I think. And possibly Pod. We might just kind of set up for both. And then we'll do Eastern first and see if that has anything in it. Okay. That's another thing we could do. Let's just go here. And desert might be beatable. We don't know yet. But we're gonna find out. Okay, so desert's definitely beatable. I just don't know if we can get both items, but we'll answer that question in just a minute here. Alright, well that is one of the items, and it's trash. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the bow, kill Lanmo, and then, if Lanmo doesn't drop the second item, we'll just come back in. Because we know that that 20 on the torch is one of them, and that's trash, so... So that's kind of good. So, good thing about having Tempered Sword is it certainly does make the Lanmos a little bit easier to do. Especially since the only other weapon I have that can really... Samaria doesn't do much damage. I have Bow, but that's crappy. Even though that's like... NMG strat. We don't need to do that. Alright. We do have the hammer, though. Hammer, not the most ideal weapon to use. Just goes to the short range, but... There's 3 swipes on him. Pretty good. There we go. That was actually a pretty decent Lanmo fight with the sword. Alright, we'll go back in for the second item. This opens up the red bomb. Holy shit. Maybe I should do that before I do Eastern. That would be pretty wild, honestly. I could actually check a couple item locations and then do red bomb after that. Or we just do red bomb and go directly to Eastern and pod. I don't know. Alright, that's the second item. We're out. Tough decisions. Let's do this a little unconventional. Leave me alone. Alright, we're gonna go and find out what's at Bamos Tablet, and then we're gonna work our way up to Dig Game and come back for the bomb, which is probably not the best routing, but I don't know. Let's see if it pays off. Lol. I didn't really want that, but we have it. We made our money back already. That's good. I think all but $5. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and buy the bomb. Return that. We can take a look at what's on Pyramid. I might just run up to Catfish, and then I can mirror down to do the Pyramid Eastern combo. It's one of those where if I'm up in that area, I might as well just do the stupid check. I can also, if I have enough money, which I think I will, yeah, I can also, while I do Catfish, I can check Zora, actually. So we can knock out both of those things. And then we'll go back to the dungeons. But we need a fire rod, for sure. We need mitts. And we need whatever opens up Mire, which it could be Bamos. We might have what we need. Okay, we don't need that. What else do we need? Okay, so that was trash. So mitts also give us access to ice and make it beatable. We need Fire Rod for Skullwoods. We need mitts for Mire. And that's really it. Like, we have enough to beat Eastern, so that's why we're going to do that right after these checks. And then if Eastern doesn't have progression, we can go right into Pod afterwards. And then we have a bunch of isolated things that we can look at if neither one of them actually work out. But it's like they're all over the place. Like we have the front of Escape. There's 3 more items there. We have Sick Kid. We have Returning the Old Man and Ether Tablet. So there's a lot of little stuff that we can do. Okay. I'll take the money, honestly. Alright, so let's see if this was any good. Yeah. Okay. Alright, well that gives us another dungeon that we can beat. Cool. So, I'm actually gonna go Skullwoods first, because then, if there's something important in Skullwoods, then I don't necessarily have to hunt down stuff in Pod. Oh, I should have... Damn it. I should have walked into Sick Kid. Alright. At least it's done. The other advantage of doing Skull Woods is that we can just read PED and make sure that that's nothing important. Because it is possible that one of the medallions could be there. Mitts cannot. So we at least have that assurance. Dang it. The direction, I hit left and I just didn't go yet because I didn't press hard enough. It definitely takes a little bit getting used to new pads inside this thing. Wrong item. Nice splash damage. Alright, let's see if this play pays off. Is it here? Yes. Sweet. Alright, wasn't anything important, but we got a crystal out of it. Now let's get to Pod and Eastern. Though we'll take a quick, like I said, we'll take a quick glance at Ped real quick just to see. Perfect. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Alright. Just walk right into him. Excuse me. We're gonna mirror and go into Eastern first. We do technically need a hook shot as well for the top of GT. Hook shot go would be like awful, honestly. Oh, that's already 2. Well, we're at the 50-50 with the anti-fairy chests, and I don't know. I have to get more willing to skip these things, but if this is actually important, whatever. Yep, should have skipped it. That's okay. Okay. Alright, well, while we're here... Alright, so there has to be a small key in the big chest, or the big key chest here. So we are going to go straight back. Let's see if we can get some items here. I think we go front of escape after this, because it's got the biggest density, and then we go back to the mountain. Really looking like this is going to be complete crap. Okay, that might be important. We just don't know yet. Alright, let's go for the feels bad and see if the front of escape had something. Now I'm thinking about it. I need boots or hook shot just to get into mire. So that's a problem. Okay. Up the mountain we go. Yeah, the old man's holding out on me, which kind of sucks because I could have come back up here or gotten this a little bit sooner, but the first sword I got was on the other side of the mountain. Then we didn't get the lamp until, God, I don't remember. Was it Hype? Or was it in Paradox? It was in Paradox, I think. So we could have come back over here after that. Oh, God. Alright, so it wasn't this. So there's gotta be something on Ether Tablet, or I have to go into Swamp. Which would be absolutely asinine. But that might be what the seed wants me to do. Okay, enough. Yeah, if this is nothing, I have to go into Swamp Palace and dive in there. It's pretty shit tier. Alright, game. I see how it is. We gotta go to the Dark World first. Because I don't have mitts to easily access King's Tomb. So now this is our entrance into Mire once we find Mitts. So I'm hoping Mitts is just behind one of these bonk rocks. Dang it. Third bottle. Oh my god, that ain't it. Alright, then I guess we're still going in the swamp. Alright. I want to just life refill real quick. Plus, I might as well grab a potion while we're here. Dark roll first, please. Thank you. Man, this is really stupid. Nice. I mean, if we're lucky, it's right here in this first chest, which happens sometimes. Whereas, like, this one here might have the myth, so we just get out. Yeah, okay. Shocking. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna hope. We're gonna check the mire area and see if we could just do mire, because we have a 2/3 chance that's beatable. Okay, that's good. So we are hookshot from go? What a strange circumstance. All right. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Well, that makes life easier. All we need now is the big key in here. Alright, it might not be cutscene chests, so we're gonna check these. Perfect. The only thing I don't have is a safety, which would speed up a couple things. Mainly this Vitreous fight. Okay, we don't need to die. Okay. There we go. That was a little bit too close for comfort there. Alright. Now we got ice. Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna work. I never got the, there. That's better. Okay. Okay. Let's go to GT. I don't even think this is necessarily faster, but we're gonna do 2 additional checks on the way up, because so why not? All right. A 120 entrance is really good. Now let's see if we get a decent big key location so we can actually do this in sub 130. It'd be pretty nice. Considering that I did pod and didn't need to. And just a couple other routing choices that probably would have been a little bit better. And the bullshit of not having the money for Zora. Like, I could have had, if I would have had the fire rod earlier, we could have just cleared out Skull Woods the first time. Like, stupid stuff like that. Key? Thank you. So this seed could have been faster if that kind of stuff didn't happen. Also, doing the front of escape didn't pan out. Look at that. Alright, let's go. Whatever. Just take the laser to the face anyway. That was a nice heart refill there. Got him with the tip. Abuse the fire rod a little bit here. It doesn't help when you miss the shot. There we go. Guess we go that way, though. Fucking shovel. That's funny. Fairies, please. Alright. And we get another heart for our troubles. Alright. Well, one more check for silvers, and then we're gonna say screw it. $100. Can't wait to find out that they're just in swamp or something, and we weren't going to go any further after getting the mitts. Double. Ah. One more. Yeah, good enough. That's phase 2 done. Yeah, no. Ain't no one getting them. Okay. Let's just wait. Four. Ah. 8. Another bad spawn. 9. Missed. Alright, if we can get a good triple off here. It's not a good triple. 10. Alright, let's just get another double here and we're good. 11. Cool. Alright, so we will get a nice sub 130. I'll take it, considering the extra shit that I did. This is gonna be a fast one for some people. I'm expecting some 1-0s. Alright, we'll get the in-game time here in just a little bit. Let's see if anyone's finished this thing, because my god, this is a fast one. 132. I'll beat that one with a 133. I had a few more checks than that. 127.13. 120 from Doggy. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Canary 132. Cool. Someone else needs to figure out how to do spoilers. So I've actually temporarily will have like the second and third best time. Probably the third best. I should maybe fall 128 something in game. Hey Wombat, thanks for the GGs. I sub 130'd this and I decided to pair up Pendant and Pod after doing Eastern to look for stuff, and it had nothing of value in it. Then I did the front escape and had nothing of value. And the mitts were, of course, the first check in Swamp. And the mitts blocked hookshot, so no one wants to go to Swamp looking for that shit. So that was kind of nasty. So yeah. But hey, I feel really good about that. Vanilla mitts? No, not vanilla mitts. In Swamp. They're behind the bomb wall, right past the small key. Not in Thieves. Not that crap. Thieves actually was fairly useless. Mitts and Swamp House Vanilla. Oh, Rando Vanilla. I see what you mean. No. The Rando Vanilla would be if a sword was there. Which it could have been, but as soon as I got the mitts, I bailed. Which was the smart play. And then Hookshot in Mire. Ugh. But at least I found it, because I was starting to get worried about where that could be. Yeah, but it always happens, though. I mean, I only finished Untempered. I'm sure the other one is there. I don't think anyone mentioned what it was. Let's see. But yeah, I wish I would have just not done Pod. Too bad. But, I think it was still not the worst call. Just because I had so many item checks and I was at Eastern anyway, just a quick mirror and go in and see if there's a quick item. And it did have Ether. I was hoping Ether was actually going to be important, but Ether didn't end up being important. I mean, I never actually looked to see what opened TR. I never had to. So, who knows. But this was a nice fast one. I'll take it. I'll be really curious to see how some of my other buddies do on this one. So 128.54. Nice. It's been a while since I've had a time that low in an open seed. But I appreciate a nice quick one because I was kind of tired today anyway, so I didn't want to be doing this too long. So tomorrow I might get back to some more cross keys now that I have a controller that feels like it's working and more responsive and not putting my bow into rapid fire. It's kind of stupid. But hey, thanks for hanging out. You got is there cross key stuff tonight? Are you streaming anything later? I don't even know what the schedule is. Oh, there is, but not till like 11 o'clock. That might be late. Ugh. Is anyone else? I thought I saw some people started up some stuff. Who else is on? Looks like Dennis just finished. Oh, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. One of my beer league buddies, Limp Bagel, is doing some Enemizer stuff. He loves Enemizer, so we're gonna go tell him how much fun he's having. It's just, he absolutely loves this stuff. So let's go in and say hi to Bagel. Don't spoil anything for him because he runs these. So, but we'll go in and just say hi and have some GLs and check out what he's doing. All right, thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you soon. Have a good night. Goodbye.